So when we first developed the Apple, we started with a survey. We started with a survey of teachers across the country to determine what kinds of tests they needed for their students, at what levels of proficiency, and at what grade levels. And so we used that information to develop what's called test specifications and a test map. One of our priorities was to develop an interpersonal listening and speaking approach for the Apple, because it's so important that students get that feeling of talking to a real person in an authentic setting.
I think the Apple is really great. It's very different and it has a lot of different activities which you can express your language in different ways.
And one of the things ACTFL really wanted to do in developing the Apple was to get as many voices from the field as possible involved. And that's part of the reason that I was involved, because I'd been working with K-12 and post-secondary assessment.
In our district, Jefferson County Public Schools in Louisville, Kentucky, we use the Apple test starting in 4th grade to benchmark where students are in moving toward proficiency and help them on their pathway to attain the seal of biliteracy. The Apple reporting tool allows us to measure students' proficiency on a scale over time, chart their growth, and inform teaching. We've seen numerous teachers create learning opportunities for students based on what students can do and where we want them to progress.
The Apple encourages real-world language use in the classroom from day one. It encourages teachers to set proficiency goals for their language learners and then to map those proficiency goals to the performance indicators.
It's definitely one of the most interesting tests I've taken. There's not really anything I can compare it to, not really a way to prepare for other than it's just measuring how well you can actually speak the language. And because our prompts at school, you normally know the prompt ahead of time, but with the Apple, it's just you have to think on the fly.
Well, I think when it comes to Apple, having the gradations for those novice students and intermediate students, it's really important. They're the ones that you need to show them what they can do. So being able to look at an Apple score report and see N3 or N4 and what they can do really shows them that they actually do have skills in the language.
It really helped me to understand what teaching a foreign language, a real life foreign language, is about.